Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Learn Technology in 5 Minutes by MakerDemi. This is Naveen and I am part of the instructor team at MakerDemi. In this episode, we will learn about microservices and the advantages and disadvantages of using the microservice architecture for your application. The way that developers work to build applications started changing in the era of web applications. In the past, the software was built as large monolithic applications wherein a team of developers would take months to construct a large application. Furthermore, when we want to add new functionalities into the project, we would need to add more code, and so the size of the code base for any given application kept on increasing over time. So what starts as a small code base might end up turning into a large complex code base over time. This will gradually make it very hard for developers to add new features as they have to be very careful not to break the other parts of the code. Now, instead of building one huge application, developers break the application into small independent chunks and assign different teams for building each of those modules. These smaller code chunks are called microservices. Basically, microservices are a way of breaking your application or service down into standalone, independent applications that can be run on different hardware or server instances that can talk to each other over a REST API and work together to provide the functionality of your full application or product. The microservice approach makes it easier to build applications and, more importantly, much easier to expand and scale. It is difficult to talk about microservices without talking about containers. Containers are the crux of what enables the implementation of microservice architecture. A container is a unit of software that packages codes and its dependencies so the application can run quickly and reliably on different computing environments. A container is the distribution method for each microservice. That is, it delivers the code where it needs to go. Containers are plug and play, so if one microservice isn't working for an application, developers can replace it with a different one without disrupting how the rest of the app functions. Now let us look at the advantages of microservices. 1. Increased business agility. According to a recent study, organizations using microservices get new software to market 5 times faster than those that don't. 2. Improved scalability. Microservices let you independently scale services up or down. The setup time and cost of scaling is dramatically less than in a monolithic system. 3. Fault isolation. Even if one microservice fails, all the others will likely continue to work. This is a key part of the microservice architectural design. 4. Localized complexity. Each service is compartmentalized, meaning that other teams working on the same project need not be aware of the internal working of another team's module. This compartmentalization of knowledge and complexity makes it easier to create and manage large applications. 5. Future-proofed applications. When innovations happen and new or updated technology disrupts your software development process, microservice architecture makes it easier to respond by replacing or upgrading the individual services affected without impacting the whole application. Now let us look at the disadvantages of microservices. 1. Microservice architectures can become complex. While individual microservices are easier to understand and manage, the full application itself may end up with too many moving parts. 2. Extensive planning is needed for a successful microservice deployment. This is because all the microservices in an application must work together. So developers and software architects must carefully plan out how to break down all the functionalities and dependencies. 3. Proper sizing of microservices is critical and hard to calculate. If you make your microservices too big, you can end up with all the drawbacks of monolithic code. If you make them too small, you will introduce too many dependencies. 4. No control over third-party microservices. Many microservice architectures include services from third-party maintained by teams that you don't have access to. Third-party services can change their APIs or dependencies at any time, which may break your application. 5. Building fault tolerance into an application built using microservices can be more complex than doing so in a monolithic system. That is all folks. If you like this video, smash the subscribe button and ring the bell to be updated about our future video releases.